Hello everybody and welcome back to another Middlesex Tree video. This video was filmed January 5th, 2022 in the beautiful town of Chester, just miles from downtown, with the beautiful Connecticut River in the background. Today we will be working on about 5 or 6 different trees that vary in species. This tree here in the back of the property is going to be the biggest of the tasks. We've got this one on the right and this leaner on the left as well. Today, like most days, we would come across a couple snags. One of them was this very wet area in the back of the property that even our top-of-the-line Azalo boots would probably get wet in. And the second issue of the day was finding the exact location of the septic tank. Having a truck on the property like this that weighs as much as it does, you need to be precise. Putting these outriggers down on a septic tank means it would go right through them. After some deliberation, we found out exactly where it was, and then were able to properly place the outriggers. That didn't stop Josh and Eric from getting some work done on the other side of the property though, which included removing this lead that was starting to hang over the customer's house. Because we needed to improvise with the crane, some more support was needed, so they called for backup. But within a matter of minutes, we were ready to go. It's a good idea to make sure your chainsaw runs before you get all the way up in a tree. Here's Derek getting ready to fly. Have you ever wondered what it looks like from a first-person perspective when you're getting lifted up into the trees from a crane? Well, here it is. We've started to really enjoy the GoPro angle in our videos. It's a really cool perspective looking from the helmet of the climbers. If you like these views as well, drop us a comment. Here we go with the first lift of the day. Look at that, half of a tree. It'll be down on the ground and gone within minutes. Let's check back in with Josh and Eric on the other side of the property. This is a bit of a time-consuming job because most of this wood has to be tied up with ropes.
Send it!
No issues there. Back to the crane. You can see the guys are working on it. What they're doing is actually extending this crane. It's already massive, but with these 2 extensions, you can get about another 60, maybe even 70 feet out of it. We couldn't put the crane anywhere else other than where it was, so we needed these extensions so we could get the trees that were further away. Here's a cool hero shot of Josh just before he takes flight to the top of another tree. How cool is this shot? Just a guy dangling from some ropes at the end of a crane. Josh is making way to this big dead willow tree in the back of the property. Earlier when I had talked about that area, it was the area that I said was very wet and we couldn't get any of the machines back there. Under the watchful eye of Derek, Josh was ready to make some cuts. And of course, on the receiving end, you've always got Willie, who's cutting up the logs and runs the dingo like a pro.
So we're supposed to get this tree out of here tonight. It's on the list. We're running out of daylight. Let's see what happens.
Of course it was going to happen. Derek had told the customer we'd get the job done in one day, so we were going to. Working at this hour of the day, the absolute #1 goal is safety, making sure everything's tight and locked, and of course communicating with the other guys on the ground. As Derek was getting ready to head up into this tree, he was telling stories about how he's been out till 10:30 at night cutting down trees like this. So today, this is nothing. I think this is one of the best shots I've ever had with Middlesex Tree. One of the guys hanging from the ropes with the moon in the background. Pretty awesome. All hands were on deck to help Willie on the receiving end at this hour. Everything else is done, so everybody was in one concentrated area, helping each other out and looking out for each other. The best thing about having a crane this size is that in just 2 simple cuts, you can get this whole tree out of here. It worked out to our advantage that some of the guys had some good high-powered lights on them, so we were able to light up the landing zone. As these night shots have progressed, you might have noticed there's another truck on the ground helping us out. Derek had his friends James and Andrew come in to finish off the night with us. It was super helpful. Once Derek got the green light from the guys on the ground, it was time to make the second cut and get the rest of this tree out of here. And just like that, it's up there dangling with the moon hanging over the edge of the house. The current time at the moment of this shot was 5:56 p.m. It had been dark for over an hour or so, but again, it wasn't going to stop us. One final cut here on this ratty tree that had all kinds of vines growing over it, and we were ready to call it a night with the big cuts. Just the cleanup was left. This is one of the most fun days I've spent with Middlesex Tree over the past 6 months. I love the hustle, I love the grind, and I love the fact I do whatever it takes to get the job done. Here's a few stills we took from that day. If you are enjoying this content, you should check out our YouTube channel at Middlesex Tree. Also, give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook. We would really appreciate it.